What is up, Legendary Team? It's your boy Legendary Z, and I am back for another Dragon Ball Super video. And today I'm going to be doing an episode review on episode 84. Kind of said that backwards, but nonetheless, episode number 84. I'm going to be talking about Son Goku, the recruiter, invites Krillin, and number 18. So basically, with this episode, we start off with Goku right off the bat going to recruit people. It seems like he's going to be recruiting everyone, because I think he wants to train with each of his teammates to make sure they're up to par, and just to see if he can get a feel out of them. As we see later in the episode, I'm going to talk about Goku does actually learn something from his opponents today, unlike, his previous battles where he's just looking to fight, and it just seems like he's been on a one-track mind kind of thing lately. Now, Gohan also joins because he wants to go see if Krillin is, up to the task of joining the team, or at least has the power to join the team, because you remember that vision they had where he saw Krillin facing off with Bergamo. They pretty much saw Krillin dying, but Goku doesn't agree with that because he's been with Krillin lately. He saw him training and unlock that new kind of like unlocked potential or unlocked key which was pretty cool to see. Nice to see Krillin get a little bit of a boost in power. So basically, Gohan wants to join along to come and see if Krillin is capable of joining and being a part of the team without being something to have to worry about. Since in the past, Krillin kind of has been the weak link in some cases, not all. In some places, Krillin has been really clutch. Back when he, helped out in the Saiyan saga with Vegeta, or back when he helped in the Frieza saga, Krillin was one of those characters that really came through to help. And he kind of fell off later on, and that's what got Gohan worried. But as we see later on, we find out Krillin, he's been training in secret, almost to the point where it's kind of messing with him being a cop. Because you see, he's doing regular cop duties, but when he's trying to take care of, burglars or people that are just, doing whatever, some type of crime, he kind of overdoes it, where he it's kind of police brutality a little. Like he punched the guy through the damn wall, which, I mean, I don't know about the laws in Japan, but that might count as police brutality. That's a little bit rough, but you get what I'm saying. Krillin has been training and he has been getting stronger. And we also find out he's been creating new moves on his own. But as always, Krillin, his character is just scary with it. Like, he's kind of scared to join in the tournament initially. And until that's number 18 who jumps in and says, you've been doing all this training and you got all this equipment. It's kind of a waste if you don't actually put your body to the test and use that. So why don't you join this tournament? And I like how 18's kind of like that wife that pushes Krillin to do better, kind of like that support figure in his life, the one to give him that push that he might need, that extra nudge in the right direction. So Krillin went ahead and joined the team. And then right after that, Goku jumped straight to asking 18 after they got confirmation from Krillin. And 18 kind of declines it. She says, I got a kid and there's no reason for me to do it. And Goku just jumped straight to, oh, there's money on the line. He probably remembered back to when, her situation with Hercule. So he just goes, oh, you can get 10 million zeni or whatever. And she was like, 10 million zeni for a team of 10 people, that's only $1 million each. And then Goku just hops right into, oh no, it's 10 million each. And he's not even a good liar. Like, if you look at Goku, he's not a good liar at all. He's not even believable. But for some reason, I think 18, when Goku went over to whisper to ask Gohan, hey, should we tell them about the universe and all that? I feel like Goku doing that, if Goku is gonna start going off to recruit on his own, that might be a problem. He might not have the proper thought to think that, maybe I shouldn't tell them, and he's just gonna jump to, if he can't get someone to join, well, the universe is on the line. And I think that might happen with 17, since he lives such a secluded life. And since Goku's going to do that on his own, it looks like, I think that might happen with 17. As I was saying earlier, Gohan doesn't have much faith in Krillin. So they're gonna go to train off out on, out in some area to act like, like it's a tournament, got tournament rules, no hardcore death fighting, but there's out of bounds, all that kind of stuff. They're gonna basically act like this is the tournament, and Krillin's gonna show Gohan how he's grown, since Gohan doesn't seem to know. I looked at it as kind of, almost as an insult, because it's like, who's Gohan right now? I mean, yeah, Gohan's been training a little bit, but if anybody should be worried about someone in this tournament, Gohan should be worried about himself. I mean, yeah, he had a pretty decent fight and a good showing in the tournament and in the preliminaries, but he still struggled with someone who was such a lower tier. And yeah, he is smart, but Gohan seems to be very vulnerable. And you see in the fight with Krillin, he gets schooled pretty much. Krillin, and this is the new ability, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, please do, because I don't want to spoil it. It's a great new move. It's a nice remake of a classical move. Krillin uses the Taioken, or the solar flare, times 100. And what this move does, this is the second new ability we've seen Krillin get in the last few, last few months or last few episodes. It blinds your opponent as like the typical solar flare does, but what it also does is it blocks off your ki and your opponent cannot read you at all. So Krillin kind of has a great advantage with that. It kind of makes him invisible for a moment, and he can get kind of a one-up on his opponent. I mean, depending on the strength. And I'm not saying Krillin is stronger than Gohan by any means. Gohan is a Saiyan, or at least a half Saiyan. Gohan is stronger than Krillin. Let's just get that out the way. Gohan, strength-wise, is stronger. But when it comes to being battle-tested and trained and knowledgeable when it comes to fighting, the edge definitely goes to Krillin, who's been training his entire life with Master Roshi. I mean, since he's been a little kid, he was a monk beforehand, so he knows discipline to an extent. Krillin has definitely got the tools and the mindset to be a better fighter than Gohan. The only thing Gohan has over him, as we saw in the fight, is just brute strength, just pure strength and power. Gohan, now I'm not saying Gohan isn't smart either. Gohan is a very smart and capable fighter, but when it comes to experience, Krillin has definitely got the edge, and it showed here when he caught him off guard with that, and before you knew it, had Gohan sitting out of bounds, and it was considered a win. And even Gohan was very humble afterwards and bowed his head, and even, said that he underestimated Krillin, and then, he had saw that he had fallen off, and that he had to, get his own stuff together eventually. Now, one thing I do want to point out with this episode that really stood out here, and it's been a common occurrence in every episode in the past few weeks, that when Goku was looking on, he had the idea to train with Krillin, that Goku Black smile, and his voice, the tone of voice went back just to what Goku Black is. I'm thinking that the Saiyan blood, this whole concept of the Saiyan blood boiling, is going to turn into something more, to the point where it's going to have Goku, we're going to see Goku reach an entirely new level. And I think that's the same thing they may be doing with Gohan, because he said he's even had the same feeling lately, and we've even seen it with Vegeta in some cases. But I feel like with Goku, he's going to reach a new level, because you got to remember, if I'm not mistaken, we said something about, with Super Saiyan Blue, or, keeping your God Ki, it's about staying calm, staying in control. With Goku trying to break the limit and his Saiyan blood, getting all riled up and boily, with him getting like that to want to fight just a friend, imagine how he's going to be in a tournament where he has people who are stronger than him. Someone like Jiren, or even that Beerus-like character. He may even be stronger than Goku, or at least a match for Goku. Those kind of characters in other universes. How is Hit going to be again? There's going to be so many fights for Goku. His blood is going to be boiling through the roof, and that's what's going to cause that limit-breaking form, or whatever they're calling it now, whatever it's going to be. We know something's coming. It's kind of a common thing in Dragon Ball, even back in Dragon Ball Z. Each arc, there's kind of a new form or new level of power attained by someone or some character on the show, or some being. That smile and that smirk just gave me that thought. That's one thing I wanted to point out to you guys. So we do get to go see Goku and Krillin training, or sparring, and it's a great epic fight. You see how smart Krillin is with thinking ahead with his opponents, so that's going to come into play in the tournament. And you also see how Krillin is just set to be a vital part of the planning process. Once the fight gets to the point where Goku's hit Super Saiyan Blue, 18 jumps in and says, I'm sure you've got a plan for if me and you fight together. I'm sure it's not going to be a one-on-one tournament. It was kind of planting home the fact that Krillin definitely is a strategic fighter and knows how to plan, no matter, especially in this case for a team going in with their eyes blind. And I wanted to point out how 18 also said that, the Kaioken times 100 is a one-time deal. It's a surprise move. I feel like Krillin, if they do plan this, this is what I want to bank on. This is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Krillin is going to use that Kaioken, or that Solar Flare times 100, to start off the tournament, because you got to think Universe 7's at such a disadvantage with everybody already aiming for them. They're going to need something to at least get a few people out of there right from the start. So what they can do, or at least what I'm thinking they're going to do, is Krillin's going to hit that Solar Flare times 100 to start. Everyone's going to have their shades on, just like they did in the episode, and they can do that here, almost like a tribute to Dragon Ball, like back in the day when Goku learned how to counter the Solar Flare. They can all have their shades on and eliminate a few people to start, because they won't be able to be sensed. They can find some way to get a few people out the ring right off the bat and get that all set, or get them off the stage right off the start, and at least knock down the chances of everybody getting, or their team getting eliminated, or Goku being targeted. Another thing I want to point out with this episode, I will say, the beam struggle between Goku and Krillin, the Kamehameha struggle, I will say right now, Goku was just there. He was testing Krillin's strength. That was not Krillin, actually starting to power or push back Goku with his full strength. That was Goku more so testing Krillin to see what his full limit was, to see if it was going to be worth being in the tournament to see if Krillin really had gotten stronger. And as we saw, Goku was surely satisfied before 18 jumped in. So you can definitely believe Krillin may not be able to win with strength, but he can surely win with intelligence. But we got a lot of character growth here with Goku at least admitting that he wasn't properly prepared with the tournament and thinking that he was just going to go in and fight a bunch of strong people, because it's not a one-on-one setting. It's not like a tournament they've been in before. It's an entire team battle royal where you got to look out for people and people have to look out for you. You got to have some type of cohesive mindset or game plan and going in. You got to be a cohesive unit. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys have to be a team and actually work together. That's going to come into play. Yeah, you're going to get your one-on-one fights and, you know, your battles with certain people. Of course, that's going to happen. I mean, look at your power level. That's one thing I wanted to say. That's probably how it's going to come down to Goku and Jiren at a certain point. People are just going to see their power levels and just going to let it come down to that and just let them fight it out. Now, I just want to say the feels in this episode were really nice when Goku called Krillin his best friend. It was just nice to see that and know that that's still a thing, even though, you know, we know they are great friends, but just to know that Goku still, no matter how far off he gets into the universe or into the world or how crazy his life gets, still considers Krillin to be his best friend. It was just a nice touch to see in the episode, and it was just a nice little warm moment, I guess you can call it that. As we saw, number 17 is coming at the end of the episode, and Goku is off to see Dende, who next week he will run into. I won't spoil it, but I will do an episode review or preview, I should say. I'll do an episode preview on 85 where I talk about who Goku's going to run into. You can check that out on my channel shortly because that's going to be coming right after this. But with that, you guys, my name is Legendary Z. This is Legendary Z TV. Don't forget to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. And also comment down below, did you enjoy this week's episode? Did you like the growth of Goku's character? And what do you think about that smirk and that Goku Black-like tone that Goku keeps on taking? As well as Krillin with, you know, his power up and his new ability, that Taioken times 100. I really like that new solar flare. But all I want to ask you guys to do is stay lit, stay legendary, and I will see you guys for the next video. Peace.